She thought she could play the victim and make me look like the problem. So I did exactly what she told me to do and made sure the entire office saw it. I didn't yell, I didn't tattletale, but I made her regret trying to sabotage me in the pettiest way possible. If you've ever had to work with someone who smiled to your face but stabbed you in the back, hit that like button. Subscribe and get ready for a revenge story that proves karma sometimes wears office-appropriate shoes. Let me take you back to several years ago, when I was trying to learn a new role at work. I was excited, motivated, and ready to grow. But there was just one problem. My training depended entirely on a coworker I'll call Melissa, a woman who had zero interest in helping me succeed. In fact, I quickly realized she got a twisted satisfaction out of making others fail, just so she could shine in comparison. At first, I tried to be professional. I'd approach her, kindly ask if she had anything I could shadow her on. And every time, with the fakest voice you've ever heard, she'd chirp, "Awa, I don't have anything for us to work on right now, but I'll be sure to let you know when I do." She never did. Instead, I'd find out later she completed several training-worthy projects, alone, without ever telling me. This went on for weeks. I felt confused, then frustrated, then completely defeated. I wanted to speak up to management, but she had them totally charmed. And frankly, I was too scared to be labeled a complainer. Then came the moment that flipped the switch. I called to follow up, trying once again to take initiative, and suddenly her entire tone changed. She spoke to me slowly, loudly, like I was a child with comprehension issues. "Now, I told you that anytime you're free, you need to come to my office so I can train you." And that's when it clicked. Our boss was in the room. She was setting me up, making me look lazy, irresponsible, like I wasn't following through, when in reality, she had been stonewalling me the entire time. But I didn't blow up, I didn't cry. I smiled, and I decided it was time to sabotage the sabotage. The next morning, I showed up to work early. I borrowed a chair from my boss's office so he'd know I was taking initiative, and rolled it right next to Melissa's desk. When she walked in, confused and already annoyed, I gave her the biggest smile I could manage and said, "Great news, my supervisor said I'm free to shadow you all day, every day from now on, so I figured I'd get an early start. Isn't that awesome?" Her face, pure horror. Her energy, icy cold. Suddenly, her comfy workdays of paid online shopping were over. I was glued to her side, watching, taking notes, asking questions, looking eager, exactly like she told our boss I should have been doing all along. For several days, she barely spoke to me, which was fine, because now everyone saw who was actually making an effort and who wasn't. She never openly admitted defeat, but I didn't need her to. I got the training I needed. She lost her little power game, and I walked away with one of the pettiest, most satisfying victories of my life. Melissa thought she was in control, that she could manipulate perception and coast by while tearing others down. But all it took was one act of bold politeness, and suddenly she was the one exposed. I didn't need to yell or file complaints. I just followed her exact instructions, to the letter, and in doing so, I stripped her of the one thing she relied on most: plausible deniability. Sometimes the best revenge isn't loud, it's not cruel, it's showing up, doing exactly what they asked, and letting their own lies collapse under the weight of your truth. If this story made you smile, or gave you flashbacks to your own office drama, smash that like button and tell us in the comments. What's the pettiest way you've ever turned the tables on someone? And don't forget to subscribe.